Not long ago, Activision were granted a patent for a system which basically put good players against bad players in the hopes that those bad players would buy microtransactions. That patent contains some pretty shady stuff, but Activision has insisted that it's never been used in any of their games yet. However, now it turns out that Activision has filed another patent which basically doubles down on all this bullshit.
As if Activision hasn't already caused enough of a stink with their microtransaction related patents in the last few weeks. Here's another shady story about another shady Activision patent. Gaming publication .esports has uncovered some interesting lines in a new Activision patent which details new ways to advertise microtransactions in multiplayer games. The new patent is titled System and Method of Identifying Portions of Video Game Streams for Driving Microtransactions. What have we told you about naming your patents, Activision? You make this far too easy.
Putting the word microtransactions in there twice, that's ballsy. Here and before. You know.
It would allow Activision to sell people microtransactions based on what they see in video game streams or VGS. In other words, in-game replays like kill cams or spectator mode. The patent describes an overlay system which could be placed over multiplayer gameplay footage recorded by players. But the recording would also make a record of every single event and stat from the match, including kill counts, player loadouts, and what in-game items players were using.
So imagine, if you will, you're playing COD World War II multiplayer and you're killed by a player who's using a weapon which could be bought through the microtransaction store. Well, if this patent really does pan out, if you're shown a kill cam after you're killed, the footage and accompanying overlay would highlight the weapon that player was using. So as part of all this data that's being recorded, it's pointing out the awesome microtransactionable weapon, item, skin, and all the rest of it that you can actually buy. But that's far from the worst of this. Activision want to make it so that you can actually buy that weapon, item, or skin right there and then with one click. They want you at your most impulsive, angry, and emotionally vulnerable moment to rage buy an assault rifle. You see, the patent includes a method for examining and using the player's pre-stored financial information to buy microtransactions straight from this kind of replay, kill cam, or whatever. The patent reads, quote, "Upon receipt of a selection of a hotspot," in other words, when the player clicks on the screen, "the system may either automatically cause a purchase of a corresponding item by looking up pre-stored financial account information of the viewer or virtual currency account information of the viewer, or cause a transaction interface to be presented to the viewer which allows the user to input financial or virtual account information."
So tell us what that means in layman's terms, Mike, because there's a lot of words there.
You get killed by someone, you're watching a replay of how it panned out, and you're angry. You're angry because you just got killed. The gun that guy used to kill you with, that'll be highlighted in this replay, and there's going to be a nice overlay on the replay that makes it all very manageable and very easy to see what gun it is, what the stats are of that gun, maybe even the guy's like KD or something to show just how useful and how good he is with that gun. And not only that, you can actually click on the gun and just buy it like that, like Amazon one click or something. You can just buy it flat out like that, and if not, you can click on it and put in your credit card information and then buy it. This is extremely aggressive advertising in-game, in your replays. Fucking hell, we've already had like loot boxes on Omaha Beach or whatever, and now they're doing this. Is whoa.
As for how and when this system would be used, the patent describes the system as being used by esports casters and streamers to highlight players' information and statistics in the middle of live streams. It would also make replay editing tools more powerful and easy to use for professional and casual players alike. But these details only make up a small portion of the patent, and anything worthwhile in here will no doubt be drowned out by the microtransaction bullshittery. It's also worth mentioning that at the time of recording, Activision have not been granted this patent, they've only filed it.
First note that Liam's written for us here. This sounds horrific. Yes, it does.
It does indeed. So it seems that this patent goes hand in hand with the other patent that we covered recently about the matchmaking, which we've kind of touched on here. But if you want full details of that, check out the other video. But another patent, another way to try and get you to easily purchase the microtransaction. You think about the whales out there who are happy to buy these types of microtransactions.
Oh, the people who buy it. The people will definitely do this.
Will make use of this. And like we mentioned, get shot, die, see the weapon, that's awesome, buy it, right, try the weapon straight away. like that, so quickly and so easily. The whales are slip sliding down into the abyss of microtransaction bullshittery so easy now. Woo! Straight off the cliff into the abyss.
Yeah, a bit of acting there for you as well. I mean, just like the real Second World War, you can just buy the guns of your enemies whenever you want. Anything potentially worthwhile in this, all that metadata stuff and using live streams to show replays in interesting ways, that's cool. Like, it's good. The data would be interesting, being able to see like on the screen what people's stats are and stuff like that, what weapons they were using, how, you know, that's cool, that's good stuff. But then when you just tie it in with the microtransactions, anything good that might have been, it's just immediately just kind of salted and it's just there to be hand in hand with the other patent, which was matchmaking you with people that had either bought microtransactions or had those weapons and were really good with those weapons, knowing that you haven't got that weapon so that you might buy that weapon as well. Now they want to put kill cams and replays and stuff in there so that you can really see that weapon in action and see that guy using it and see just how well he kicked your ass with it, and then you can buy it from that very screen. This is like nightmarishly end of the line. What else can they do? I feel like I keep saying this. What else can they do with microtransactions and loot boxes? I don't know. This was like beyond my imagination.
They'll come up with something. This is only 2 that we've found so far.
Exactly.
Stay tuned. Next week we'll find out what other levels of bullshittery that they've lowered themselves to.
So there you go, how's that for a gaming news bombshell? Let us know what you think of this down in the comments. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this every day. Check out that video right there, right now if you want, and there's a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.